Bonjour et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 useful French phrases every beginner should know. So, if that's you, if you're a beginner, stick around. And even if you're not, you might find some of them useful. Either way, let me know in the comments below how many of those phrases you already knew. The first phrase you need to know is actually just one word, but it's a very important word. It's bonjour. It's made up of two words, bon and jour, which basically means good day. So French people use that obviously to say hello, and you'll hear it every day because people don't just say that to those they know, but also anytime you enter a shop, you will be expected to say bonjour to greet the shopkeeper. Bonjour. Can you repeat? Bonjour. And if you forget, you might actually get funny looks, which, do you know what? After living in the UK for nearly 20 years, last time I went to France, I actually forgot. And I did actually get the funny looks. So don't forget to greet the shopkeepers when you walk into shops in France. Bonjour. The O-N make one vowel sound, and it's a nasal vowel sound. So like O, but instead of the air coming out of your mouth, it also comes out of your nose. So O just comes out of the mouth, O, and then is nasal. Okay? And the J is pronounced like the S in the English word leisure. So no D sound here. Bonjour, not bonjour. Just bonjour. Next, we have je voudrais ça. Je voudrais ça, which means I'd like that. And you can use this if, for example, you're in a restaurant and you want to order something but you don't know how to pronounce the name of the dish. Then just say je voudrais ça, s'il vous plaît. I'd like that, please. And then that's it. Job's done. The S in voudrais is silent, so don't pronounce it. And the C with a cedilla underneath is just pronounced like an S. Je voudrais ça. I'd like that. Now imagine you're in a shop and you've just seen something on the shelf you want to buy, but you don't know how much it costs. Then ask combien ça coûte. Combien ça coûte. Or you can also ask c'est combien? C'est combien? But that's a little bit more informal. Both of them mean how much is it or how much does it cost. Combien ça coûte? Or c'est combien? The letters I, E and N here, because they occur at the end of the word combien, are pronounced yen. So I, un, like the French word un, meaning one. Combien. And in case you're wondering, the little hat on the U here does not affect pronunciation at all. It's just there to show that back in the day, there used to be an S there after the U. So, combien ça coûte? How much does it cost? By the way, if you're just getting started with French and need a bit more support, I've created a free 7-day email course which you can join by clicking on the link in the description. It includes real-life phrases, audio, pronunciation, grammar, culture tips, all kinds of things that every beginner would find useful. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to see you there. The link is in the description. So back to our lesson. Number 4, which was already introduced a little bit earlier, is s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît, which means please. And literally it translates to if it pleases you. S'il vous plaît. Now you can use s'il vous plaît when talking to a stranger or when talking to a group of people. But what you need to know about French is that there are actually two ways of saying please. S'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît when you actually know the person, when you're on familiar terms with the person, and when you're only talking to one person. S'il vous plaît or s'il te plaît both mean please. Just that s'il te plaît is informal and can only be used when talking to one person. S'il te plaît is also always the one that is used with children when talking again to only one child. If you're talking to several children, then in that case you would say s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. The S in vous is silent and the AI in plaît is pronounced like the E in the word bed. So the English word bed. The E is pronounced E, just like in s'il vous plaît. Again, the circumflex is just there to look pretty. Joking, because there used to be obviously an S after it. The next one, I feel like most people know this already, but just in case you don't, excusez-moi. Excusez-moi means excuse me. So you use it when you want to get someone's attention, or when you need to get past someone, or perhaps even if you want to apologize. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Excuse me. And the letters O and I, when they occur together in French, make the sound wa. So just like W-A in English. Wa. Moi. Excusez-moi. Next, let's imagine we're in the restaurant again, because we really love restaurants, we really love good food, especially in France, and suddenly we really need to go to the toilet, but we haven't seen any signs for it, so we have to ask someone. How do you ask, where's the toilet in French? Now I'll give you one tip. Don't translate word for word, where's the bathroom, because in France, you never refer to the toilet as the bathroom. It's just the toilet. So you would say, where... no, you wouldn't. You would say, où sont les toilettes? Où sont les toilettes? So literally, where are the toilets? Meaning, obviously, where is the toilet? In French, it's always plural, so it's always les toilettes. You can't say le toilette. I know in English you can say both. You can say the toilet or the toilets. But in France, always plural. Où sont les toilettes? Repeat, because you might actually need that one day. Où sont les toilettes? Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Where's the toilet, please? So I'm sure you're learning French in order to speak it with French people at some point in the future, or at least people who also speak French. And it's very likely at some point you will come across a situation where you just don't understand what they're saying. So how do you tell them you don't understand? How do you say, I don't understand in French? You would say, je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. I don't understand. So the ne and the pas, either side of the verb here, basically are what makes the sentence negative. Je ne comprends pas, I don't understand. And the D and the S in comprends are silent. Repeat, je ne comprends pas. And you know what? French people are a little bit lazy sometimes, and they actually drop the ne in conversation. So I'm just letting you know. So if you hear je comprends pas instead of je ne comprends pas, you're not surprised. You don't wonder, is it actually the same meaning? Yes, it is. They're just dropping it because they can't be bothered. I do that too, by the way. I'm not taking the mic. Everyone does. Je ne comprends pas. But natives are more likely to say je comprends pas or even je comprends pas. Okay, just be aware of that. Number 8. So you've told the person you don't understand. They've tried to explain a different way. You still don't understand. What can you do to move on? Perhaps you can ask them if they speak English. It might be helpful. Parlez-vous anglais? Parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak English? So what we've done here to turn a statement into a question is we've changed the word order. That's called inversion. So instead of having the subject and then the verb, we have the verb and then the subject. Parler is the verb and vous is the subject. Parlez-vous anglais? Do you speak English? Literally word for word, if we followed the same order in French and English, that would translate as speak you English? Which sounds a bit funny, doesn't it? Parlez-vous anglais? Repeat. Parlez-vous anglais? Next, we have merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Merci, thank you. Beaucoup, very much, a lot, basically. Now, you need to be careful with your pronunciation of beaucoup if you want to avoid some awkward misunderstandings. Make sure you pronounce the O and the U as ou, and not u. Okay, because otherwise the meaning would be rather different. I'll let you look into that one yourself. Merci beaucoup. Beaucoup. So E, A, U in French make a vowel sound, same as the letter O in French. O. O. So don't pronounce it like mieux, it is O. Beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. And the P is silent, just like a lot of consonants in French when they are the last letter of a word. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And last but not least, we have au revoir. Au revoir, which is the most common way of saying goodbye in French. And you'll hear a lot of French natives drop the E of revoir and just say au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir literally means to see again. So it could be translated as until we see each other again, but really because it's the most common way of saying goodbye in French, it really means goodbye. So don't forget, if you want a bit of support from me along your French learning journey, join the free course, which you'll find in the description. Thanks for watching. À la prochaine. Bye.